Hey, this is Jacob, back on a matchup video. This matchup video I'm going to be doing Birdie versus Ryu. This is one of the requested matchups. So in this matchup, I do feel like Birdie has a little bit of a advantage against Ryu. Slightly, I do feel like Ryu can do good in this matchup as well, as long as he kind of gets Birdie pinned down. But in terms of dealing with Ryu, I feel like Birdie does have a lot of options. So first I will talk about the fireball game, how to deal with Ryu's zoning. And just in general, like some tips basically to get through zoning, just hard zoning, like how you want to understand and what you want to be doing against people who are trying to zone you out basically during the beginning of the game. Alright, so thing about Ryu's fireball, the hitbox on his fireball is a lot smaller, so it gives you more options. So against a character like Urian, where the hitbox on the fireball is very big, you have less options because you can't really go over it with any of your special attacks. So alright, so I'm gonna go over basically how to deal with the zoning. So first, if you can use your bull slide to go under the fireball, and you want to watch carefully what fireball your opponent is throwing, because depending on which fireball your opponent is throwing, you can throw out in the can. So you will get hit by the light fireball. So the light fireball is the best time for you to throw out your can. You're gonna get hit, but at least you throw on your can and you basically stop Ryu from throwing fireballs, and now you can get in on Ryu. So he has options against your can. That's the thing about Ryu, he can do some things to your can. So basically, if you're moving forward too much, like he sees that you're the type of bird player that once he throws on the can, you're like rushing in too much because you're trying to get in and trying to get the most out of the can. Ryu could obviously Tatsu by it. He can Tatsu over the can. It's very unsafe. Is most of the time, like if I do run into that, what will happen is that I'll throw it down and he will Tatsu and I will jump. And sometimes the Tatsu will go right by me, and then I'll cross him up. Basically, I'll stick out my jumping medium punch, and then he'll get basically stuffed out of the Tatsu in midair, and then it brings him down to like a very ambiguous situation. You are in advantage at that moment though, because he comes down after you. So he's not an advantage, so you have to be very careful. You can melee him, you can set him up after that, but be aware of the EX so you can once because a lot of players don't like being in a situation sometimes, but just be aware of that. You can obviously chain him. Chain is another option against Ryu. You have to be a little bit closer to chain him, but it's definitely a good option once you're close to Ryu and you see a Ryu that's kind of just throwing fireballs back to back a lot. Don't let them get away with it. Obviously, don't just commit to chaining, because your opponent can obviously jump in on you. Because he can bait you. That's how a lot of players will bait Birdie. They'll bait him to chain, grab, and then they will jump in on you basically. So sometimes that's when the game gets a little more technical with the chain. So let me explain. When things get a little more technical is when people are trying to bait out your chain. So that's why you might see some birdies, they go for like an air chain. They're trying to bait you to try to jump in on the chain. So that's an option that you would do. That's when the game gets a little more technical. Like you're stuffing him out with the fireball and he's basically jumping in on your chain. Then you could bait him out with the air chain. You don't really want to worry about getting hit by just a few fireballs. Not a big deal. You'd rather get hit by a fireball than get hit by a jump in. So it's not a big deal if you throw in the air chain sometimes and he throws a fireball. Then it's not a big deal if you get hit by the fireball. If he jumps, you get damage on him with the air chain, and then you can set up a can. See that the EX Hadouken basically stop you from like charging in, but I believe you can still. Let me make sure I set that up as well, because some Ryus try to just wake up EX Hadouken on you to try to with it at. I don't know if that still. No? Doing something wrong? Okay. Alright. So let me explain this. Alright, I have to set him up to quick wake up. Will it still work? Yeah, they will do that to basically stop you from being able to drink your can and set them up. So that is an option that Ryu has. So you can obviously read the situation, EX Dolphin Dive him, or you could throw a chain back at him. Because some Ryus do just do that without thinking, they'll just throw it out. Because they think that you're gonna, you know, try to drink a can. Then you set them up. Then you go into your stuff after that. Your combos. Alright. Let's go back to the fireball game. Alright, another option you have against the fireball is the bullhorn. So if you're close up against a Ryu player, you can use your bullhorn to basically go through the fireball. So you can super after. You can connect super after the bullhorn. It's a little hard to do, it's a little hard to see. But if you get that read, then just input as fast as you can to basically. So you can bullhorn it, you can chain it, you can do a lot to it. Yep. So it's a little unsafe option. You can do it, like it works, but you will get stuffed out for it. So even though your air chain can go over the fireball, Ryu still recovers fast enough to hit you. Had to set that up before just in case, because I wasn't sure if it worked. Yeah. So you will get crush counter. It is a crush counterable attack, so be very careful. It's basically like throwing a DP out. Alright. I think this is going over. Alright, that's his V-trigger stuff. Not worried about that right now. Alright, so his new property that he has, or new ability, is being able to cancel off of his back heavy kick. So you can't really do too much to it. I'll say you have to block most of it because it will break your armor attack. If you try to armor, can't armor it. You can armor the first attack, but it's very hard to armor the first attack. That's if Ryu is literally just trying to shove it into your face. You can armor the first attack, but it's very hard to time it, because if you time it a little late, he can still hit you with the fireball, even if you catch the first one. Oh, let me explain. See there, so if you time it a little too late, he will be able to trade or hit you with the fireball anyways. And a smart Ryu that's seeing that you're armoring that can easily just DP you as well. Best thing to do if you want to get him off you is to reversal. You can reversal late as well. You'll still be able to hit him. So very good to reversal him. That's if you want to save your meter. You do get a little bit more abilities when you are in V-trigger against Ryu, because most of Ryu's block strings have gaps in between where you can armor very easily. So I use that to my advantage when I play Ryu players. Alright, just going over the basically simple block string, like, you know, day one block string, you know, cross up, medium punch, you know, you could go for a grab, you go for most stuff after that, you know, you go for crouch and light punch. Crouch and light punch is good too. But, you know, it's the same concept, it's a frame trap. There is a big gap between those two attacks. Even though you have a 3-frame armor now, that still works against that block string. So in V-trigger, you kind of could, it's basically easier to armor than having to hold the button in V-trigger. So if you're in V-trigger and you're going up against that, then you can basically like just do a Alright, no. Man, that was cool, but no. That's weird, I'm blocking. That's hitting me from the front. So you can use that. You can use Bullhorn as well. It'll whiff just because of the property of the Bullhorn that he charges back. So it's kind of weird. It's very risky, you know. Ryu can obviously not press another button, and then you go for a freaking Bullhorn or a headbutt. You're very punishable on block. So it is a risky attack, but a lot of people are still gonna go into the block string, especially when they're not expecting it. You know, their mind's already into going into the block string. Most of them don't realize that you can do that, or don't expect that most of the time. Alright. So let's talk about Ryu's V trigger Ryu. So Ryu gets a lot of like good stuff in V trigger. So his fireball is plus, so do be aware of that. A lot of people do know that it's plus on block. You know, Ryu players know that, but players playing Ryu don't really know that. So you cannot press a button after that. It is very plus. I'm not sure how plus it is on block, but it's pretty plus that you cannot press a button after that. So he can kind of throw a lot of Hadoukens at you. It's like Gao's pressuring you. So obviously you can V reversal it. Most Ryus do it on a kind of a block string. They'll just throw like a jab into it so they get in range to pressure you. I do a better one. Alright. Well, let me try medium punch actually. See if I can get a little more, cause it'll kind of tell me how plus it is. Cause I know it's plus that I can't press the button, but I don't know how plus. So I'm testing out how plus it is. Let me see if it's that plus. Cause Birdie does have a 4 frame, so things might be slightly different. But I'm pretty sure it's not too different. Okay, yeah, you can't press medium punch, so he has to jab. So yeah, same for Ryu, he has to jab me into like a block string. Alright. Okay, so it's like he can't reach. So you have to go into jab and Tatsu. Jab Tatsu, maybe jab into another EX for more pressure. Because jab does link with EX in V trigger. Even non V trigger jab links with EX. So yeah. That was kick. He can cancel his fireball from his heavy punch in V trigger as well. So he has more like cancel abilities, so he can knock you down, pressure you with that. It does link, so very good. Yes, just a lot of pressure to deal with. Once you're pinned down, like I said, it is a hard matchup for Birdie. Birdie anytime when he's pinned down. It's a little harder because Ryu has guard breaking abilities or armor breaking attacks. You know, with his EX, he can guard break you. Most of the time, a good setup is grab into heavy punch on block. It is kind of a frame trap when you throw someone on their wake up, you can do heavy punch. Because in V trigger, it's a better option when you throw somebody. That make it safe basically. They can link from his heavy punch in V trigger, so be very careful. Even though heavy punch is negative on block, he makes it safe only in the V trigger. If he does it non-V trigger, then he is not safe on block. Alright. In terms of like footsie options, Ryu doesn't have good limbs basically. He has pretty stubby limbs, so you can outbeat him in mid-range. You know, that's how it mostly is for Birdie. Birdie has better long range. So you're gonna find a lot of Ryu players taking risks and jumping in on you a lot. You're gonna see that a lot. You know, because Ryu needs to get in on you. He's very good once he's in on you, so a lot of Ryu's gonna take risks jumping in on you. So be aware of that. And when you throw your can down, they're gonna be jumping most of the time. Either neutral jump or, you know, jump in on you. So be very careful with that. If they do neutral jump, they will get tripped up by the can. If they jump in on you, then you can anti them and basically becomes a 50-50 setup after that. So just be aware of that. But your range is a lot better than Ryu. Ryu has to basically respect your range. He can still try, but you can basically outpoke him at the range. And a good confirm is to do heavy punch into V trigger. Like if you need a quick way into V trigger, you know, doing heavy punch into super is a good confirm. Not sure if it only works on counter hit, but yeah, I think it only works on counter actually. Yeah, it works on counter hit. So that's a good option. I do run into people getting counter hit by that. Sometimes it's actually a good option to stuff out Ryu, because I've been able to stuff out Ryu trying to throw a fireball. Basically at this range, some Ryus, you know, they can still throw a fireball because it's harder to react to a fireball at close range. It is negative, but if they space out like around here, they're still safe. So sometimes I'll do this to stuff them out from throwing the fireball. Sometimes I'll see the animation come out and I'll stuff them right out of it. So if you get that counter, you can link. If it's close enough, you can link it. It's kind of wonky. It's kind of a wonky combo. Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff with Birdie. Yeah, you can do a medium kick. You know, on counter, he does. It's very weird, some of the stuff that he has. So, yeah. So this is a good attack to stuff out Ryu from throwing a fireball. It does work. So do apply that to your, you know, your strategy. But you do that is very slow, so Ryu can jump in on you if you're throwing that out a lot. So don't just spam it, because you're spamming it. It's very slow. You could easily just jump in on you for throwing it out. So it's not good to spam attacks from Birdie, because you can get blown up for doing it. A skilled player could definitely blow you up for trying to spam buttons with Birdies, because he's very slow. Okay. Alright, what else is there? Basically, you can out-footsie Ryu. He has to take risks jumping in on you. So basically, be aware of jump-ins and a lot of risk. It's a lot of risk taking. Once he gets in on you, you have to basically, you know, keep your defense, you know, on. He has good block strings. He has many block strings. They're decent, nothing crazy, very simple. You know, Ryu's pretty simple character. He's just basically, he's made to break down your defense. Basically, he's one of those characters that has good offense once he's in on you, and he's made to basically read your defense and break your defense down. He has good buttons. He has good enough buttons to break you down. So be very aware of, you know, those type of options that Ryu has. And he has safe jump options, so do be aware of that. If you get hit by a light Tatsu, he can set up safe jumps on you. And since you're a Birdie, you're gonna be safe jumped on a lot. Now if you immediately the safe jump, I can't armor you because I have a 3-frame armor now, so I can't armor. So yeah, You can do a lot. Once you knock me down, or knock Birdie down, it's over. And you just keep looping me into light, Tatsu's very good setup. Right here. You can do this, you grab me, and that's it. So do be very careful. Just basically Ryu has not too many options after this. I mean, he has like a couple options. I mean, from here he has, simple counter hit, block strings, grab, the bait grab right here. That's where you use the beta grab. Ryu's would use to bait your grab. They can neutral jump to beta grab. And then yeah, go into super from there. Don't really use Ryu, but I know his options though after he knocks you down. So I think that's kind of it for the Ryu matchup. It's kind of all you need to know. He has all the options there. It's just you being able to break down the Ryu player, and just once you get in on Ryu, you have to be solid with your medias because he does have a 3-frame. So in terms of you pressuring Ryu, you have to go for more of the crouch and light kick, standing light kick setups. The basic pressure, command grab setups. Just basically, your 50-50s, your command grabs, and your heavy kick, you have to space out because he's a 3-frame character. See my other videos, most of the time when I face a 3-frame character, I'm not shoving the heavy kick right in their faces, because if I do that, unless if I have V trigger to cancel it, I am not safe to press a button because I am 0 on block. And if I immediate, it's going to trade at most. With a 3-frame character, you can easily just jab me out of most of my attacks. So be very careful with that. In terms of V trigger, Ryu, since he has stubby limbs, he won't be able to punish your EX headbutt. He won't be able to sweep it, none of that, because it's too slow. He has too slow attacks, so he doesn't have the best option. You can dash up and grab. If I try medium punch, that works. So if you block this attack, and if I try to medium punch you after it, like just brainlessly, you can dash up and grab me. Kind of weird that you can do that, but you can. So just little things that you could do as a Ryu player to take out Birdie. So let me go over. Yeah. Like I said, Ryu's guarding. He has a 3-frame, so he can't stuff you out of it. If you're median it, I'll wake up. Hold on. You still wake? Oh yeah. If you immediate, you will trade at most. Or he'll beat you out like that. Yeah, still. So it's not safe to do against 3-frame character. You want to space it out. The reason why you space it out, if he tries to jab you, it won't reach it and you'll be able to whiff punish him. So better option. So he has to think of different options to do basically once you space out the heavy kick. So yeah, that's it for this matchup video. I hope this video helped you a lot. Thanks for watching. Leave any questions if you have any questions on this video or the the matchup in general, anything that you're struggling with specifically. I know the video came out a little late. I know you requested a little, like a couple days ago. Sorry, the tournament was on. Had to watch it. Really good tournament. Final round. So alright, with that, I'm just gonna end the video. Thanks for watching again. Like, subscribe for more videos. With that, I am out. Goodbye.